Hello everyone, welcome back to 0Player. We have just gotten started with the red area where we are slicing and dicing some of our pieces, and I guess we're going to continue. Our kind of friend here, oh gosh, however I select you, I guess I have to switch to this tool and then I can select you, there we go, has managed to get to here. I guess we're going to keep going. It's going to connect to the middle. It's going to do something that lets us go back again, maybe, or maybe that's for bonus puzzles. I don't know. Let's just look at what's going on up here. Okie dokie. Let's zoom in a bit. So, in terms of connectivity right now, interestingly, this already connects across to here. Oh, I see what we're doing. Kinda. Right, so here we have two shapes that are... yeah, okay. Let me explain my full thought process that just happened. My immediate thought process is like, well, these shapes have exactly the same cables on them that they're right next to, right? Like a horizontal one next to a horizontal cable and a vertical one next to a vertical one. And there's two routes through this puzzle. The one takes the horizontal route, one takes the vertical route. And then, so my immediate thought was, oh, we're using the moment that this is like covering the line here. We're using that moment while it moves to like make this gate do something. But no, I've since I thought that, I've decided that's not what we're doing actually. I think we're using this space to get these two past each other to block the thing entirely. And we do that on both. And then that, wait, hold on. So when the gates, how does this work? When the gate's powered, it goes up. Yes. Okay. So it's currently down. When the gate's powered, it goes up. So yeah, we do, so right now it'll be up. Yeah, so we just do that as a way of dropping it. Now the reason it can't just be what I was thinking first is like, oh, like while this is animating, it covers up the line. Because I can't do that with both of them at the same time, which I would have to do to stop the power from going through. That's why there's two lines going through here. I need to block both of them at the same time, and I can't do that with an animation, basically. So, so right now there's power going through. Let's draw that on. To here, and then also to here, which lifts up the thing, which lets us then grab this piece. Let's do it. Why do I even want to do this? Yeah, okay, so we're swapping these two pieces over, basically. So grabbing that piece. So the gate's up right now. We're just going to have to imagine it. We do this. We then grab these pieces. Let's do that. Do the same for the other one. And we move them past each other. And so just to illustrate, like, yeah, if we were to just like grab this and slide it, and sure, it blocks that cable for a moment. So, I mean, imagine it's going over the top of the cable. But there's still power going through the other way. So the gate is still up. I need to drop the gate. So we're going to bring this all the way down over here. And bring this all the way left and up to actually block that. It's going to sit in that position. So then that cable is going to be blocked there. And then this one's going to go in this position, so it's also blocked there. So then on our power level, these are blocked at these points. And it can't go through. And so the gate goes down, the thing gets sliced in two. As we're now doing. Let me get that layer 100. Get split in two. Hopefully that's roughly square. It looks pretty good to me. Then so the thing is down right now, so we have to slide this up and then to the left, and then we're gonna have to lift the gate back up again just by like moving one of these out of the way. Then the power will come through again, the gate goes up, then we slide this around this way, and that's there, and we have power going through. Cool. I'm happy with that. To here, over here, to this one. Okay. Let me just move some layers around. Okay. So now over here, what are we doing? I mean, it looks to me, yeah. Okay, so this is one big shape here. I'm drawing on the wrong layer. This is one big shape. I suspected looking at these gates that I'd probably be splitting this down the middle, and then I looked over here and I realized, yes, that's probably what's happening, because we want one like that and one like that. Okay, and we're using this to like drop the gates. So let's do it. Grab you. Oh, this is going to look terrible because I'm going to end up ripping part of that away. Oh well. So we basically, the gates are up right now because these are powers. So we do this, bring it over here. We block up this power source with this piece. I'm not going to actually do that. The gate goes down. We take the piece back off. Gate comes back up. And then we've got like, even though it's not actually split, I guess that's what this is teaching us, is that you can split a piece even if the split doesn't go all the way through the shape. Even if you're not ending up with two shapes at the end of it, you can still split them. I wonder if we'll have a piece in the world that looks like that, like it just has a weird seam here between two bits of it. I guess it could do that to help illustrate that that's what's going on. And then we're going to bring it down here and basically do the same one. Same thing here. We move that block onto that power source, so it drops the thing down. Then we have two bits that are split. Hopefully it's easy enough to follow, despite the fact I'm not doing the whole process. And then we just put the two pieces like here and here. Seems fine to me. And then power comes through all the way down this way into here. Okay, so our friend gets to make it to the endpoint here. Then we have power going across this way, and not permanent, but just for now. I'll do. Okay, so then this gate goes up. Oh gosh, what are we doing to this thing? Kind of looks like we want to cut that bit, but how on earth is that happening? Oh gosh, can we like... Yeah, we can keep cutting bits off and sending them up here, right? But only if I can start cutting off like bottom bits. And that would have to be done with this gate down here. That requires getting power to this part. Wait, was there another way I could go? Because I've gone this way the whole time. Oh, maybe. Like, maybe this is a solvable, completely independent of that stuff. Ah. Okay, so if this were a real video game, I think this would involve a bunch of tedious, like, moving this back and forth between these two places and opening gates as we go, because some of them are not permanently open, I don't think. Permanently open. You're open. This one, you can just toggle between these two quite easily. And this one is permanently open because of this. Yeah, okay, it's not too bad. You'd have to toggle this. So yeah, okay, so I think what I want to do is basically open up this path downwards, and then I'm not going to actually move this thing back and forth, but as long as we know we could move our friend here around this loop, we can basically use both of the gates to chop bits off this shape until we end up with just that bit. I think. We'll actually do that process once we get there, but I think we're going this way now. So yeah, this is presumably something I could solve right now. Looks interesting. Lots of pre-powered sources. So we want to get power here. Ah, gates block power. I don't think that's something we knew. Yeah, okay. Gates block power. All right. So we need to get power to here. So how does this work? So that gate is up right now. Oh gosh, this is going to be interesting. So we basically want to cut this gate off so that this goes down. No. We want the power to be coming through, of course, so we can get to here. Or we make our own loop out here. That's probably what's going on. We're like swapping this power source for another one, because it's the problem with this power source, the fact that if I have... Okay, the problem here is that if I were to try and like connect this to this bit, or this to this bit, it has to be done with this shape. And therefore, if we're connecting this to there, then this power source is connected to there, but it's also connected necessarily to the gate, which is fine. No, okay, so the problem is, if we were to disconnect this at all, the left side from the right side, the gate would go down, and then we've lost the power forever. That's the thing. But we need to get this piece up to that top space. So what we actually need to do is I guess, not lose the connectivity from the left to the right. Maybe we're not making power source here. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go ahead with it, see what happens. This will be a power source, but I'm not sure if it will matter. Excuse me, I'm sneezing. Okay, so brings down here. So then we have power going through this way. I should get rid of that stuff. Power going through here. So then we can move this one without the gate closing. We do have a power source, but I guess we're going to move this. I think that's all it is. We're not making a power source. Let me move this up here. And because that power is going through that way still, the gate stays open. It doesn't close and cut off this thing. And now we have this here, and so the power's going to go that way. I think that's all it is. I expected there'd be another layer to that, but I guess not. Whoops, what have I just done? What have I just done? There we go. So it goes here, that lifts that up. Okay, cool. Now this other one. Now this is interesting. Because if I slide this, this will go down. No, because as we learnt last time, the gates don't move until the slide is finished animating. We did see that in another one. I can't remember where or how we exactly knew. It was here, because we had to finish the sliding. We did a slide that like kind of slid underneath the gate. But if the gate were to close immediately, because that breaks the connection immediately, it would have like cut off just the end of this, or the end of, yeah, it would have been the end of this. But it didn't. I mean, I could determine that it wouldn't, so it obviously waits until the animation is done and then cuts. Okay, so that's what's going on here. And this is trying to teach us that a bit more. I don't need to actually move this, but obviously we just grab this, move it up. And because the gate doesn't close until the slide is finished, well, after the slide, there's still a connection, so the gate's still open, so it doesn't actually close anyway. All right, cool. That's fine with me. I guess I can move it so it feels complete. Though I can't actually grab the whole thing because I can't see it, but oh well, I'll do. All right, so these are both open and we have power going through. Have I got everything on the right layer still? Yep, seemingly. Okay, so now this bit. This gate here, which requires solving these bits first, I think. Okay. Well, let's have a look at what we're trying to do here. Yeah, I guess we just want those two pieces out here, and then we can do that, right? So just open up these gates. All right. So over here, what's going on? So these are powering this. But what I want is to get power to here. This is the only power source in this space. So we do want to get at least like 2 of these through. If we got those 2 through, we could do this. Or that one and that one, which is feeling likely to me because that has a rightwards direction on it, but I guess we'll see. But I don't see why it would be a problem to do the other one. So the gate's currently up, but because of like the way the multi-push works, we can't just move all of these together is the thing. Right, I see what we're doing. I totally see what we're doing. We are doing this where we grab these 2. Okay, I'm gonna have to separate everything to illustrate what's going on here. Grab you, grab you, grab you. All right, so what we're doing is we're going to slide these 2 up to here. Obviously, at this point, the power's not getting to the things that will be closed, so we can't actually move them any further up than that. I'm going to put this here, though. No, here. And the reason for that is that then the power is going back through again, although it's not, is it? Because the gate's closed at that point. Okay, so we have to be careful. We have to not lose. We need the gate to not close. Okay, so we have to shuffle them like this. So that slides to there, and because it doesn't close until the animation's done, that's fine. And then we grab these two, and we slide those two, and because it's still connected, the gate doesn't close. Then we grab you again, we slide you up, same thing. Do this to there, this to there, this to there. So we got to this position where I wanted to get to without it closing. So it's still open. We've got a connection going through. We can then push it one more time. Can we? No, we can't. If we push that one more time, then it's not connected. But we do need to get two of these past here. Hold on. What I was going to say is that I could like move these two up, which obviously I can't because that will close the thing. But I was thinking like, I'll just move, I'll just move this one. And this is connected again, but the gate's down at that point. So I need to avoid that problem. So without the gate going down, well, I guess I can just send you up. Interesting. So I can send you up, the gate closes, but I have a power source on the side of the gate now, so I can do this. That'll open the gate again, and then I can just send one of these through, and then we're fine, right? Because we've basically just got the gate up permanently. It doesn't really matter which one I send, I don't think. We can just do that, bring this around here, and then the power's going through. I think that's right. This is one of the troubles with something like this, where there's quite a lot of state to keep track of. Like, it's kind of funny. This is like paper puzzles are generally stateless puzzles. Like, that's almost like the definition of like a pen and paper logic puzzle is like they're stateless. But this isn't that. This is a stateful paper logic puzzle, which is very odd. And yeah, there's so much state to keep track of that it's kind of hard to know that I haven't made a mistake during that process. Like, obviously, a game that's like ensuring the state stays consistent and does normal things can verify that I'm not making a silly mistake. But hopefully that was correct. I guess people can tell me in the comments if I messed anything up in that process, and they can come back to it otherwise. So basically, the comments are the game logic. Thanks, comments. It's helpful, thank you. Okay, so now for this one. So the gate is up, and it's because there's power coming from here, going straight to that gate. I see. I totally see what's going on here. We need to move this piece across this cable without ever leaving the connection broken. So the way it's going to work is we're going to move it up to here. That's fine because, again, the gate only goes down after the animation's finished, so it's still connected. Then we go to the left, because if we were to go up, we've broken the path here. So we go left, and then we start going up. That's still connected. That's still connected. Now what? Well, that's still fine. That's still fine, even though it's breaking that one going upwards. I don't care about that one going upwards right now. It's still connecting across this way. That's still fine as well, still connecting across this way. Then that is still open. We go there, and we're done. Yes, let me know if I'm messing anything up here. Although don't let me know if it's like a wrong rule interpretation. Just like if I've got the right interpretation, but I just like missed part of the logic, I somehow didn't account for a particular state change that might happen, let me know about that. Okay, so then these two pieces are free. Let's split them out because it's nice to be able to see the whole thing like done. Grab you. The gates are open, so you can just slide across. Grab you. The gate's open, so you can just slide across. And we have power. It's interesting. I'm not consistent about whether I draw on top of the shapes or not. I think I prefer not doing it, actually, for whatever reason. I don't know why exactly. Okay, so then that's open. So then I think I have access to all sides of this now. Yep. So basically I can move this thing back and forth, opening up these two gates, and I can chop bits off this, and it's pretty easy to see how that's going to happen, but I'll do it anyway. Will I? I guess so. We're gonna do it. And we're gonna lose the gates in the process. We do this and like just cut out this bit. That's fine. So you go out. So by sending our friend over here back and forth, we're going to be opening and closing these gates to like go like this. Chop that off, and then we'll bring it back. Cut this off. Send it up here. Do the same thing. I don't need to play this all out, do I? I guess I'll do it a bit. Sorry. The same thing. Slice up here. Then, oh, interesting. No, there is something to play out here. But it's not that hard to do. Basically, put these like this in particular. And then you can still slide that in. Cut that bit off. And then we just have to rearrange things in certain ways, don't we? I think. In fact, we won't want to leave that in there. I think we do want to leave that in there. Okay, so it's worth actually thinking through. I don't know how anybody who does this like without an image editor like this is managing to keep track of any of this. I think we leave you in there. And we get to this point, then we move this guy all the way around here to here. Obviously doing the toggle with this bit, that's fine. And then we slide this down, cut this off by just like moving you away, moving you back again. So where do we put you? I mean, it's simple, isn't it? It's basically the same pattern, but like over here. Well, actually, it doesn't. You could go. There's quite a lot of places you could go. Open it up again. Stick this in. Cut that off. There might be something at the end of this that's interesting. Slide you back up. Get you somewhere. And then we can bring you out. Come behind the back of here. Put you in there. Cut you off after sending this all the way back around. Oh, that's the wrong layer, apparently. Yep, I'm completely the wrong place. There we go. So we've cut you off. We'll stick you over here as well. Chop. They can just go over here at this point. So we lift them back out like that. You go over here and then chop one more time. Obviously, I've brought this back around. Oh gosh. Whatever, I don't need to do it. You can all imagine it. That's chopped. Over here. Oh, well, not there. So one space I need to leave open and we stick this here. Ta-da! And then this also branches, although it connects back up to itself, so that's silly. All right, so I need to move some layers around. So yeah, this goes both this way. I guess I should have just done it like to there, then. Oh. Goes through there and gets to here, and then this also goes this way and over this and there and this way and also connects to there. Okay, they're both open. Sorry, they're both powered, both directions. Okay, we have another one of these over here. Let's have a look at it. Sure. I think there's one place where we want to keep power that isn't the blue place. I think the blue place might send power over here, maybe. Is that right? So this is going to be going in here. So this is then powered permanently. And then, hold on, what's going to happen here? So if let's just grab it and see. So that's powered. Just have to remember it's powered. Put that there. So the gate opens. We can slide it down. but the gate will close. I think I see. Do I see? Slide there. The gate closes. It slices in two. Well, no. Then we just have a thing coming back this way, but with the gate closed. And I have no way of powering this again because I can't connect the power source to this. Let's come back to those things later, I think. I'll leave that for now. Okay. Where does this go? We have a whole other section after this to do that's like, I don't think we even get a heart from this section. We have to do this whole thing and no heart. Then we go down to the purple section. Holy moly. What is this? Why does this exist? Okay, so I clearly would need to slice this T up to move all of these vertical ones into this space. Oh, we have a switch here. Just a simple switch. So I guess we... Actually, maybe there's a reason not to do that. I mean, I'll break it out anyway. And we'll move it later. So... this looks interesting. Okay, so it's a similar structure though, where there's like two puzzles feeding into another puzzle, which lets the stuff through to the next section, I think. Okay, so we need to power both these up so that we can put the T there and then lower them both, and then everything's split apart. Except these two will still be joined, but that's fine. As long as we put this one up at the top and the bottom on the bottom, then we slide this one into that space. Okay, so we are going to need power in both these directions. So what's the problem? Is there much of a problem at all? Can't I just put you like here and then it'll send power around? I have a lot of power sources in here. Ah, the problem is it's permanent power. Okay. Because of the power sources that are just like in here. Okay, I see the little maze we've got to make our way through. This is cute. So we're going to grab our friend up here. And then we're going to get you through without you ever powering up the grid here. Because then if we do, then these become power sources. So we'll do this, 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 go onto here. We need to stay to the right of a blank space basically the whole time. Down, down, we still haven't powered up the thing. Left, down. There's totally going to be something interesting around here. I think I vaguely see what's going on. Like this is actually okay. I think that's what we're supposed to figure out. If we were to go down, I think we'd hit a problem at some point. Like if we go to the right now, we have a problem. Go down, that's fine. Down's a problem, right's a problem. Yeah, so that's not a problem yet. Right is fine. No, maybe this is okay. Hold on, so I was thinking that we'd have to go here and then right, which is fine because that doesn't connect to anything. Can't go right, so it'd be down. Then that connects to stuff. So no, that's just a dead end. Okay. Okay, so down. What we did before, basically. Down again. Right. So here you can't go down, but we can go right because this plus isn't connected to anything else when we're covering this bit. Down, and then we're done. So that goes there. Okay, so we avoided making a permanent thing. That's a cute idea for a puzzle. Go across, power this up, cool. Then we can just move that in and out to do the cutting, so we won't actually play that out. It's pretty obvious how it's going to work. Okay, so we want power to come through, but not form a... So we basically need to leave no squares here by covering these up. This is cool. This feels like... This has got the feeling of one of those like matchstick puzzles. Does that make any sense? Like, you know, the puzzles where you have to like move a matchstick to make the numbers make the matchsticks make a particular number or like make the equation work. I don't know why that's what comes to mind, but it is. So I'm going to grab you, bring you out. Split them all up. it's that layer that I want to grab this from. Yep. So that's those three. Yep, okay. And then this is the bottom chunk, yep. So split you out of there. Split you out of there. Okay, so in my layer list, the bottom three, the top three, the top three. Okay, so... Or, okay, no, the other thing it gives me the vibe of is the, you know, like it's a classic like IQ test thing. It's like, oh, how many squares are there in this image? Where like you have to say that there's one for the outer thing, two, well, there's obviously 16 for the smaller ones, but then there's also these ones. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Actually, it's actually reminding me more of that. I think I was sort of like, somehow they were like both, I guess both things came to mind in some way. Anyway, so we need to break all the squares. We can't break the outer one unless we like put something on this bottom row. So there has to be something on the bottom row. Got 6 things. My instinct is to like do the diagonals. Oh, well, what do I mean by that? Like this? This is interesting. It's not just squares. Any rectangle is bad. How on earth? Or maybe it's better to do like, yeah, like a checkerboard pattern. I think that's right. Just intuitively, that makes sense. Can't see any squares in here that are complete. I think that is fine. I think you could do it. No, because you can't make a checkerboard pattern. Oh, I guess you could do it like this. I think this would be fine as well. Yeah. No, because it leaves those ones up at the top. Okay, there we go. It has to be that way around. I'm pretty sure there aren't any squares left in this. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, this is exactly like doing those how many squares are there in the diagram puzzles. Yeah, seems fine to me. Cool. Let me know if I've messed that up. So we have power going this way, but not permanent. We can move this back and forth in order to make the thing go up and down. And then I'm not going to do all the actions here. I'm just going to split this up. Okay. Oops. Forgot I can't just do that. I'm going to do this. Be a bit more precise. But not very precise, as you can tell. I've just left bits of red all over the place. You go over here. Then, like, you can imagine how this has been done, right? I moved it over there. I split them with the gates by moving these things back and forth. I haven't split that one out yet. Oops. And then I can just move all these things into position like this. Cool. Why does that not line up? It's weird. It lines up either at the top or the bottom. Or did I move something like a half pixel or something? Whatever, we'll just ignore it. Okay, cool. Now this is coming through. I've once again not been consistent with what I'm doing. And this comes through to here, and then this becomes powered. I won't draw it on because I'll be moving that thing around, I'm sure. We're almost at the purple zone, so let's do this last bit here. Okay, so we basically just need to move that powered thing to here. So we need to cut this. So this is about sliding this thing over to the right. That's just we can just imagine it's gone there. So let's slide this over to the right. And then because it's already up, so we can do that now. So then we just need to cut the power to here and then get the power back. No, we don't even need to get the power back. We just need to cut the power. So is it tricky to do that? Let's grab the piece over here and have a think about it. I guess there's a lot of power sources over here, so we've got to somehow disrupt all of them. But it only needs to happen for a moment. No, it doesn't need to happen for a moment. It needs to happen for an actual, like, after a turn. So the problem is this does nothing because there's still power from here. This is true for all of these spaces. So wait, how is this going to work? Because in this space, interesting. I'm suspicious of this being here. Was there a piece we could extract and bring over? Because yeah, it doesn't matter. Sure, the power does turn off during the animation, but the gate doesn't close. So we'd have to put this in a position where it stopped the power somehow, and therefore this has to be covered up. But then if that's covered up, then this goes through this way. Oh, I think we're bringing something over. Are we like connected to the blue area? Because I don't remember any other pieces being free, but that's why that gate's there. Maybe there's a little clue towards that. Oh, no, there's a wall there. It was the blue area, right? No, maybe it was the orange area. No, it was the blue area. Yeah, this bit. So we can't extract that from there. Is there a red thing we can extract? Was there a puzzle here that was like open in some way? That gate is totally there for a reason. To let something through. Or to slice something? Are we slicing something there? Is there something earlier on I could have extracted? All these puzzles look closed to me. I bet there's a gate I could use in some way on something. There's these gates as well. But all the things look like they're stuck in. I'm still suspicious of those being split up like that. It's very odd. I guess it's the same in front of each heart. Yeah, maybe it's just like what they do for each heart. We have 3 separate blocks, maybe. Maybe I'm missing something with this that I can do. So grab this thing. Obviously, if it's not there, then these are connected to that. If it's here, then this is connected to that. No, there's clearly an impossibility there. This has to get covered up. That's why it goes between 2 things. That's totally why it goes between 2 things. So what's going on here? What can come out of a puzzle? This is fully closed. We haven't done that as a bonus puzzle, I think, but it's also fully closed. Fully closed. Everything's closed. So I think it comes from outside somehow. Does it come from like the section we haven't done yet? Probably not, right? That'd be weird. But maybe we need to learn something from there. Everything down here looks fully closed though. Except the blue thing. This is the only one that isn't, but I can't get it out of there because of this. There's no way out of this bit, no. And stuff can get out of the orangey yellow area. So are any of these open in some way? No. But then am I really saying that this is just entirely pointless? This is entirely a red herring? I mean, it is red. So, makes sense. Or is there a rule I'm not understanding? It definitely only closes after the animation is finished. But then there's nowhere I can put this then that will do what I need it to do. But this does need to get cut, so this does need to get blocked. It can't get blocked from inside, seemingly. Obviously making this a single source makes it more blockable feeling. Oh, interesting. I guess like that does stop that from being a power source. I get it. Cool. Nice. I'm glad I kept thinking about it. So we cover up this power source. We slide this down. This is no longer powered. This is another thing that's hard to visualize because of the fact it's a static image. But yeah, that thing is no longer powered because we covered it up, and we keep dragging this along this way, and so the entire cable's not powered all the way along to here until it's here, and then there's no power running this way. Okay, phew, we did it. Let's grab this. Just move it down. Oh, gotta be more precise. Grab you. Move you down. And then we have power here, going this way. Down to the purple area, which we will start doing next time. Yeah, I'm really glad I kept thinking about that because I was definitely about to think like, oh, I must need something from another area to solve this. But no, I did not need that. Right, that was cool. A bunch of very neat puzzles in here. I'm curious what the purple area is going to hold for us. And we're drawing purple, so it's like our zone. It's the color we picked for the whole game. All right, see you next time, folks, and we'll see what's happening here. Goodbye.